Yeah. Got it right.
Come on. Look at that. My man was expected imperfection on honors night, though.
I said we got it right. I didn't say you didn't get it right. I said we. Like I put it as the we. Mike, what's going on, bro?
Man, another day above ground is a good one. So I'm thankful to be here with my man Charlie Wilson today. And I'm battling through what I got going on over here on my side, trying to get ready for this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yo, first it was YouTube knocking a brother down. Then all of a sudden, I don't know, I'm going to blame somebody's higher power, somebody praying on my downfall, bro. I got hit yesterday, bro. I never felt so tired before. The sickness, the cold, bro. I slept with tissues in a bucket on the side of my bed last night, man.
Yuck.
Like, what time I text the group chat was like, yo, I just woke up. It had to be like 10, 11. I don't know. It was early. I mean, it was late.
Oh, I was probably asleep.
I was hit. It was in the afternoon. It was like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I was hit, man. But how about you, man? How you doing? Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited because I want to go through a lot of awards tonight. Jeez.
Sure is.
But it's cool because the Niners, I mean, some of the awards have already been, gifted. And so I'm excited because we get to guess who's going to win some of these awards.
Well, I've got the whole list pulled up here
of
awards as well as the candidates.
Yeah, so you get the candidates. I got the awards. Do we need to create like a ticker for like everything or something? Or we just gonna type awards? Fuck that, man. We ain't got time for that. All right, so we're gonna predict on today's episode who's going to get what, and then we'll also kind of like let everybody know which awards have already been gifted.
Oh, so you're gonna have to catch me up on that because I'm not kidding. I've been in the cocoon.
Okay, so let's go ahead and announce the awards that's been gifted. So I can tell you right now, the FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Year are, drum roll, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. The Niners racked up, right? The Niners racked up, right? They just swept that whole FedEx. They said, FedEx, give it to me, baby.
That's crazy. That's not going to be presented at the Honors Award this year.
I'm looking at the NFL Honor Awards and vignettes, and it's up here, so you could be right.
Really? Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, shout out to Christian McCaffrey and our guy Brock Purdy. Knock them down one by one, baby. They don't got to respect us. We'll take the respect. Don't worry. We'll make y'all have to deal with us.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to create a poll question on like who they think is going to win the MVP.
Pick on. Can we give them a caveat where they can't pick Brock Purdy?
Why?
Because it's Niner fans. They all going to pick Brock Purdy.
That's a good point. I had to ask you why because I don't even know why I had to ask you why. But I was going to put who the top 4 candidates. Let's go Lamar Jackson.
So, yeah, you have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey. Huh?
He's a top candidate?
Well, it's only 5 of them. Yeah, these are the top 5.
Right.
There's only 5 of them, including Brock Purdy. And Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy, yeah.
So, Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson.
Well, let's try to put them in who we think are going to be the top 4. Lamar Jackson is going to be 1. Like who out of those other 4 are going to be in the top 4? You said there were 5, right?
I think Josh Allen's going to finish ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Okay, so Josh Allen. Who else?
Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey, and Brock Purdy.
Which one am I not? I can only put 4 choices.
Oh, well, you got to list everybody except Brock Purdy because they all going to vote for Brock Purdy. So we want Josh Allen, Lamar, Christian McCaffrey, and
Well,
Dak
they
Prescott.
might want Christian McCaffrey. You don't know if they're gonna vote for Brock Purdy. They could vote for Christian McCaffrey.
So then take Dak Prescott out. He trash. Take him out and put CMC and Purdy in there. Now, see, you're going to get me to turn up on somebody. He catching strays for no reason. My man went out there and played his little behind off, and now I'm out here shooting at him for no reason.
That wasn't a blank neither. That was a. He said,
I almost felt bad for saying it the way I did too.
you did. You
That's
said, "Well,
crazy.
take him out. He's trash." All right. So now, what makes this cool is there are two 49er players up here. So even if
Yeah.
they vote for one, this is the exercise. This is how the real voters have to vote when they see two 49er players on a ballot. Like it's gonna take away. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't want
Sorry,
two.
excuse me.
You don't. No, it's okay. You don't want two of your players on the ballot, bro.
Well,
Because
yeah, because this is how elections get swung. I don't know if you remember a couple of years
yes,
ago,
yes,
it was
order.
two
Yep,
top Democratic candidates running, and neither
correct.
one of them wanted to bow out. So one went to independent and took a large percentage of the Democratic vote with him,
Bingo,
and then the Republican candidate won. But if they all just got behind the one person, you know, there it
bingo.
is.
All right, so we have that go because we'll save that for last to the end of the show. We'll see
Yeah.
who they're voting on. Right now, we got Lamar Jackson in the lead as of right now.
I can't
Lamar
believe people
Jackson.
think that it's tough because his situation is very similar to that in Buffalo. I'm trying to think of who has a worse supporting cast. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of who has a worst supporting cast.
I think you would go with Lamar. He
Would you
doesn't
though?
have because he doesn't have. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. If Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen push, right? So now we talk about the supporting cast. All right, who has the better running back? I would say the Bills.
You got to go with Cook. Yeah, Cook came on
Okay. Who has
after
the
the
better
first
wide
year.
receivers? Again, I would say the Bills. You got Stephon Diggs, you got Gabe Davis, I just think they got better wide receivers. Now let's
You
name
only have Diggs. Davis shows up every 3 games.
Davis has showed up. He just got injured. Davis
But you
is
got Flowers and OBJ. Like they not chimp.
yeah, bro, they ain't do Flowers was better than OBJ, and OBJ ain't do nothing this year. So they chump.
But that's true. But he uses his tight end. This is where he gonna get bodied.
Okay.
This is where
I mean, not necessarily because it was Mark Andrews, and then it was the wasn't he a rookie?
Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah
Yeah,
Likely. Okay.
he's the
And so
man.
and now go with Dalton Kincaid and go with the other tight end over there.
And they got nothing on him. It's
I don't
definitely
know,
it's
bro.
easy too. It's easy too, bro.
I don't
It's
know.
easy.
All right, so they got one position as the tight end. All right. Now, offensive lines, you want to do that or we just talk about the weapons?
The better offensive line is Lamar Jackson's.
Okay. And then
No,
let's just
it's
do the
close.
it's close. Let's do the defense as a whole. I would give the edge to the Ravens defense due to the injuries on Buffalo's defense, but Buffalo defense was keeping them cats in games as well. And I feel like that helps.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
I mean, if I had to go with a defense, I'm definitely gonna say the Ravens defense. That second year guy over there was kicking
Kyle
boots in.
Hamilton?
No. I like him too, but I'm talking about their coordinator. He
Oh,
was tearing it up over there. He earned my respect this year for sure.
that's all I'm saying. So like you asked who had the better supporting cast, and I went with the Ravens. Are you gonna go with Buffalo?
I'm gonna go with the Ravens because I like the Ravens coaching staff as well.
Okay.
Now not that's not a knock at Sean McDermott, right? But I really like that up and coming coaching staff
Okay.
over there in Baltimore.
And so like there you go. Right? You got oh yeah, Mike McDonald, that's his name. And there you
Hmm.
go, right? So because of that, you give the edge to Lamar Jackson if you had to put your vote in.
Yeah, well, because when I get the purpose of the exercise we looked at, like the just all the weapons in general. But Lamar Jackson's not a wide receiver throwing type of guy. Every year, his tight ends are the best in the league. Like that's his safety blanket. You know what I'm saying? So when you
Yeah, but
give him two of those guys, that's as good as having two good wide receivers on another team. Like they built the team around him and his weaknesses and strengths.
But I don't get it. I don't get it then. Because I don't get what's the problem. Like, I mean, his team is built with tight ends, and Josh Allen's team built with wide receivers. Like,
You Stephon Diggs, right, right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm giving the wide receivers to one team, the tight ends to the other team.
yeah, but at the end of the day, which one has the best supporting cast? Mark Andrews ain't do. He was hurt the majority of the year. Stephon Diggs
Mm-hmm.
didn't look like Stephon Diggs from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it came down to you talk about the rookie and Zay Flowers with Baltimore. He had a decent. I think did he finish over 1,000 yards? He had a decent season.
Zay,
Yeah.
he was close to it. If he didn't get it, he was right there.
Well,
I think he
OBJ
did
was
get it.
definitely not a guy. He was just a guy. He was not
Right.
the guy. Whereas I think that
He
Josh
finished
Allen had better.
858.
Now look up Khalil Shakir. I think he had a few games where he balled out for the Buffalo Bills, and then Gabe Davis was they had dudes over and what you call it.
Khalil Shakur had 600, 611 yards.
And did the Gabe finish with 8 or 6 or whatever?
I'd be surprised if he finished with 5. If I'm being honest with you.
He did get injured toward the end of the season. He was injured in the playoffs. I don't even think he played that game.
Let me see. Gabe Davis. He finished with 746.
Now, okay, so Mike got that. All right, so look, the MVP. I mean, but so let's have this conversation because let's look at Brock Purdy.
Got way better weapons. That's why he's not going to get this award. He's got the best supporting cast in the entire NFL. He's not going to get this
But
award.
you just gave the award to the better supporting cast quarterback.
No, I said Josh Allen is my favorite because I don't think he has the better supporting cast.
Oh, so you're going with the person that doesn't have the
Yes,
weapons.
right.
Ah,
Our team isn't as successful if you take this one player off, and I think that's Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's how I look. That's how I view it.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I mean, the only reason why I think Brock Purdy won't get MVP is because he threw 4 interceptions in one game.
Didn't he finish
And
the
it,
year with like
11. And it happened. Here's the crazy thing, right? It happened in the game against the MVP guy.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll hold that against him. It was like MVP versus MVP. They're going to
That's the
completely
only thing.
ignore that
That's
Jalen Hurts was an MVP candidate when they went toe to toe, and
bro,
they'll
bro.
ignore the stats from that game.
That's the only thing that's killing his chances, and the fact that I don't think the NFL wants to crown Brock yet. I think there are times, and I just don't think that they want to crown Brock as the guy yet because he's not the prototypical quarterback.
Right, right.
And
So
so they'll be like, oh yeah, well, they're gonna use the excuse, Mike. Oh well, he had Debo, he had George Kittle, he had this. I guess my thing is, doesn't he have to get the ball to them?
he does. No, he did a great job at distributing too. Like that's his job. It's literally his job. So
Right, but so
you
how
said
can we shoot down one quarterback that uses tight ends that don't get the ball down the field, and then we shoot down another quarterback that does look to get the ball down the field because he has the big arm, and then we shoot down this quarterback that likes to distribute the ball to all his weapons? Like they all have strengths. I don't get the criteria and voting.
there
Like,
isn't one, and that's why it's all left up in the air. There is not a set criteria. That's it right there. That was a perfect word. Because there isn't one, no one knows how this is going to go. It's just going to be based off what people feel like. You know what I mean? I think what Christian McCaffrey did behind this offensive line is more impressive than what Brock Purdy did behind this offensive line.
okay, if that if that's how you, I disagree, but I like that
Mm-hmm.
because I think Brock Purdy makes this offensive line not bad, not look bad. It's weird,
Mm-hmm. I get that. Yeah. Like
but
he makes
that's
people think that the Niners have a decent offensive line. I understand
super
exactly what you're
deceptive,
saying.
right? Like, but
Yeah.
that's a gift from Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
But Christian McCaffrey, I mean, all right, Mike, put it like this: I think it's easier to run block than it is to pass block. Can we agree on that?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay,
think so.
so that's why I think Brock and the offensive line have it's a mirage. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
think any other. And you know what's crazy? As much as I think I like Patrick Mahomes, I don't think any other quarterback can do what Brock does with this offensive line.
I can see that. Yeah, I can
Not
see that.
not Lamar Jackson, not Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because their game isn't predicated off of that quick throw stuff either.
Right.
If you look at every quarterback this year, Mike, that we faced, every quarterback that we faced, I don't know how they played in every other game. I didn't watch every game of the season, but every time we played a quarterback, Mike, what did they do?
They had all day back there, in my opinion. But
You thought they had all day? I didn't think they had
no,
all day. I thought
I
they were getting rid of the ball a lot quicker than they normally would against other teams. It's like other
I
teams were getting sacks because they were getting the ball out in less than 2 seconds. 2.3 was like the max. And we played quarterbacks that like to throw the ball down the field. For example, what's that dude that was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings? His name just popped up. I swear to gosh, his name just popped up on my alerts.
damn, who was it? It wasn't Kirk Cousins because he wasn't
Kirk
there.
Cousins is not a dink and dunk guy. Kirk Cousins ain't no quick
Oh,
release,
he
quick
was.
throw guy. He was against the Niners.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think the reason the Niners got so many interceptions, I think we led the league in picks, is because
We were tied for first. Yep.
quarterbacks had all day, and it allowed our secondary time to recover. That's how I feel. I don't have the numbers and metrics in me, or in front of me. Like, but I felt like when I was watching, I just felt like the pass rush wasn't getting there. They did a good job of setting edges and containing quarterbacks from running, but they gave quarterbacks a lot of time to stand there and pat the ball and look around, and it gave us a lot of time to recover. So even if a guy was routing us up, we could recover. We had the quick guys. That's why Lenore had such a good year. You know what I mean? That's why there were games where Ambry Thomas looked like, oh wow, he did good. That recovery speed from these young guys, you know. Um, and I just felt like that was a big benefit to the Niners. I don't think I feel like our pass rush wasn't really getting home early off the snap like it used to. I don't know.
I think that's by design, Mike. I don't think that's necessarily by you know, I just think the Niners defense this year had to deal with a lot of mobile quarterbacks. And I think their key was to limit the mobility of the quarterbacks. And every time a mobile quarterback got mobile on the 49ers defense, Mike, was when the defense was playing pass. There was no linebackers in the middle of the field, and he had like a good 15 yards to run up the middle. And like to me, that's that's because the coverage is good, right? That's because the coverage was good. Whether they were trying to look to get the ball, they didn't. And then most teams had checkdowns, and so it didn't matter if their checkdown was a tight end like Minnesota or then T.J. Hawkinson, or it didn't matter if their checkdowns were running backs. And so if they had the checkdown set up in the offense, those quarterbacks didn't have to take off. But when we played Cincinnati, I never saw Joe Burrow run like that in my life. Like Joe Burrow looked like Josh Allen, and that ain't Joe
Mm-hmm.
Burrow. And you know that's not Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the offensive line is ranked bad, but because of the way Brock is able to manipulate the defense and take advantage of what the defense is doing and has the quick release and things like that. Because notice when the offensive line, when Brock has to drop back, he has time to throw the ball.
He creates time too, though.
Not
Brock does
all
a
the
good job
time.
of
There's
creating time.
times he's just standing in that pocket, broski, and and just waiting for his guy to have that slight edge. He throws the ball in front, and boom, 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 it's a catch. And that's why I don't understand why Brock doesn't get the MVP love. And the only thing I could think of, what's going on, Fernando, is that it has to do with what you said. He has too good of a supporting cast. So let's get to some of these other categories, Mike. You want to start at the top and not the vignettes. Let's just do the top. You got most valuable player. We'll end with that. So what if we go with we don't know who the NFL fan of the year is going to be, but let's do the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. We got a player there. We got Eric Armstead.
Oh shoot, I don't
I think
have that one pulled up here.
I owe him some money for them t-shirts.
Yeah, you funny.
I know.
I don't have the list of all the players. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
So like why
That
like what Eric Armstead does for the community and the schools, and getting them to read and all that good stuff, man. I think it's pretty dope. Like that's his thing. His thing is with the children. Um, but I'm curious to know, like, just I think Dak Prescott won it last year, right?
Um, you-
Like Eric Armstead's thing is to make sure that these kids have an equal opportunity for education, and I think that's huge. It shouldn't matter, and I'm not saying
yeah.
that like as a,
Last year was Dak Prescott. Yeah.
as an educator. And now that a lot of the school systems are inter-district, you know what that means, Mike?
The districts are merging.
So yeah, so we get kids from other cities, but it's a business. I don't know if I should put that out there, but I don't really care. But it's a business. So like if we get kids from, like, let's say the better well-equipped cities, and you bring those kids into the inner city, there's some money attached to that, and the school, whatever. And so I like the fact that what Eric Armstead is doing is, it don't matter where you go, where you live, whatever school
Opportunity
you,
should be there.
it should be equal.
Right. But I just
Period.
don't know enough about the other 31 candidates and what they do for their communities to even
So let's
try to
not vote on
pretend
that
to
anymore.
name
Let's
somebody.
just let's just say that we think Eric Armstead is going to win it. That's our guy.
There you go. I like that.
Okay, then.
Pick
So
a
Eric
team.
Armstead for Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Um, Defensive Player of the Year.
We have Deron Bland, Max
Ooh,
Crosby,
okay.
Miles Garrett,
Deron
Micah
Bland led the league
Parsons,
in interceptions. I do know that. Or pick sixes, one of the two.
Micah Parsons, and TJ Watt. This is a good list. This is a really good list,
I
bro.
don't think TJ Watt would get it because of the injuries. But man, he
Miles
was
Garrett,
he was dynamic on the football field, Mike.
I think I got to give this to Miles Garrett. He was going crazy out there, bro.
I think Miles Garrett deserves it.
But don't sleep on Max Crosby either. I know we supposed to hate the Raiders. I know it, but my man just had a motor and a will to win games, man. Like he's somebody I would love to see in red and gold. Max Crosby was playing with his hair on fire out there.
Max
Never see him
Crosby
taking plays
looks
off.
like a mean mother from outer space, but it's got to be between him and Miles Garrett this year.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna get it. I think what Miles did on the football field, except for against the Niners, because he was like a non-factor in that game. But what Miles did on the remember when Brock Purdy faked he did something and had Miles like in a spin, and Miles couldn't get to Christian McCaffrey. It was like a dope flip handoff. It was just a great read by Purdy. He read the end over pursued, flipped it to Christian McCaffrey, bada boom, bada bing, touchdown. Um, I'm cool if we go with Miles Garrett. I think it's well deserved. Miles Garrett.
Yeah. I like Miles for it.
All right, Miles. All right, so our defensive player of the year, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Miles Garrett from the Cleveland
Bing bing.
Browns. Okay, I could get that sound effect. We go. Okay,
There
let's
it is.
go offensive player of the year. Who the candidates?
Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins. Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. CeeDee
Oh,
Lamb.
this is already sold up to Christian McCaffrey. I'm sorry, he already won this.
Oh, I thought he won the FedEx player,
That he did
Brown
that
player.
too. This was sold up a long time ago. This is the AP's list. Like
Yeah.
he unanimously got this joint. He got all the
Christian
votes.
McCaffrey and
Yeah.
Dak
So Christian
Prescott.
McCaffrey, round of applause for Christian McCaffrey. I meant to say that when we were talking about, and I got sidetracked. We started talking about MVP.
Why
Comeback
would they
player.
name that already?
They didn't name the MVP yet
No, why would they name the offensive player of the year already?
because he had all the votes sold up.
Oh, so then we could take his name out of the MVP vote then.
Nah, he can still get MVP, dog. What you talking about?
All right. Comeback player of the year, you said, right?
Dang. Yep, I did.
This list is okay. Joe Flacco,
Okay.
DeMar Hamlin, Baker
Okay.
Mayfield,
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, and
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa.
All right. My vote will go. My vote will go. This is comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I think my vote will go either to Tua or Baker Mayfield.
What did? Damn, all right. What did Baker come back from? And I'm not trying to be funny at all. Was he hurt last year?
It's just that he didn't have a team, bro. He went to the Rams. He was on the he wasn't even settled in. That's you can't tell me that's not a coming. You don't got to be hurt to come back. No, if you were a backup quarterback on all these teams, you did this for the Rams, you did this, and then you took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the playoffs. That's not comeback for you.
He ain't come back from nothing but the sideline. No, I don't like
Just
that.
coming back, bro. His career was dead.
Damar Hamlin was dead.
But he
Like,
ain't even play. The motherfucker played one game. That's comeback player of the year. So you
nah, he
feel
was
sorry for
trash.
the dude.
No, I don't want to give him the reward either. No, I was mad his name was on
Oh, so
here.
then why'd you even bring his name up? That's the main reason why I didn't bring his
Because
name
he's
up.
on here.
He's on there because
He died on the field.
yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
how is Brock Purdy not on this list? He literally had an injury in the final game of the year. Is it because it was postseason and it's a regular season
Because it was
award?
postseason. Yeah, like he didn't get hurt in the regular season to where he was out. But I don't
Gotcha.
think it has to always be about being out.
Well,
Like
clearly,
once
because Joe Flacco wasn't injured either. That's
Joe
what I'm
Flacco,
saying. This is
but he
a
came
trash
back.
list.
I don't think this was a trash list. Joe Flacco and what he did off the couch was pretty dynamic.
Who you picking? Because we got 3.5 minutes.
I'm gonna
Joe
go with Tua.
Flacco, Damar Hamlin, Baker Mayfield, Matt Stafford, Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm going with Tua.
Let's go with Tua. Let's go. Oh, look at us agreeing. We did all that arguing for nothing.
Nothing, yo. Like literally,
That's
like all you
crazy.
want to do is argue for no reason. All right,
That's crazy. That made me feel good, man.
you
Oh,
got the rookies there.
I got offensive and defensive rookie of the year. Which one you want
All right,
first?
I'm gonna give my vote to C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Period. They get the vote.
So Houston locking it up, huh?
Lock, lock, lock.
I
I
like it,
said three
man.
locks for a reason.
I
You know
like
where
it.
I'm
I
going with
like it.
this? Coach of the
No.
year. You ready?
Woo-wee.
Who you got for coach of the year, Mike?
Kyle Shanahan. Mr. Irrelevant in the Super Bowl, Kyle Shanahan.
Nah, see, you just told me that Brock couldn't be MVC. I was gonna go with Kyle Shanahan, right? I'm gonna keep this short because we got 2.5 minutes. You told me I couldn't go for Brock because he had too many weapons, right? He had a better supporting cast. He had the perfect cast. Matter of fact, this could be the name of one of our episodes next week when Brock plays well in the Super Bowl. All right, and Mike's got to do the perfect cast. All right, so I can't go with Kyle Shanahan. Since you said I couldn't go with Brock for MVP, I can't go with Kyle Shanahan for the coach of the year. But I will go with one of his disciples.
I love D'Amico Ryans for this award. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. I really, really do. I would give it to him all over. I just feel like Kyle got robbed. I feel like
Kyle
Kyle
got
got
robbed.
robbed last year.
He did. He's gotten robbed every time he's been in it.
Mhm.
And because he couldn't win it in 2019, you know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't win the big game with a bunch of rookies.
Right.
Bing, bang, boom. You know.
Yeah, I think they
So
got robbed. 3 quarterbacks last year, NFC Championship game. Like, come on, bro. Stop
yo,
playing
like,
with that man.
and I say I agree with your take, man. Look, you took a 7th round pick. You said
Mhm.
you put him in here in the fire, and you told him to make clay, and that's what he's doing. Like, and so I'm with you, Mike. Like, I'm with you 100%. All right, Mike. Coach of the year goes to D'Amico Ryans, former defensive coordinator of the 49ers. I'm with you, Felicia. Since he's going to be
And
winning the Lombardi, give him that MVP. We right back to where we started. We started with MVP talk. We're going to finish
you don't want
with
to do assistant coach of the year? No, we don't care too much.
okay, go ahead. Give it to me.
I mean, it's Bobby Slowick, Jim Schwartz, Todd Monken, Mike McDonald, and Ben Johnson. Mine is going to go to Mike McDonald.
I
That's
think
the Ravens defensive coordinator.
mine's going to go with Ben Johnson.
You like
Even
the
though
Lions offense that much, huh?
I did like the Lions offense. I was upset with Ben Johnson, and you can ask Peachy this. I was upset for at least the first 7 weeks of football. You don't draft Jahmyr Gibbs and not know how to use him. They didn't use him. I was struggling in fantasy football because I knew this kid was going to be dynamic. Once they figured it out, they figured it out. Once
And
he figured it out,
he still finished with 1,000. Like that's wild.
think he finished with 1,000 all-purpose yards. I don't think he finished with 1,000 rushing yards. I
Right.
don't know if we have time to check that, but he did finish with 1,000 all-purpose yards. Let me go with Ben Johnson. As much as I like Bobby Slowick, as much as I like what he did with C.J. Stroud and that offense, I gotta go with my man Ben. Man, never mind.
All right.
All
So
right, here we go,
he
guys.
did finish with 945 total yards.
Drum roll
Uh,
from MVP. The no harm, no foul MVP prediction is going to go to. Wait, before we give our thing, let's end the poll. Yeah, 84 votes. All right. And they all voted. 38% went to Lamar Jackson. 38%
wow.
went to Lamar Jackson. 34% went to Brock Purdy. 27% went to Christian McCaffrey, and 0% to Josh Allen.
That's hate. That's super hate.
That's not hate. Why? There's no reason for
That's what
anybody to
happened. That's
hate.
what happens when you got two Niners on that list. Because if one of those Niners aren't there, they win it. One of the Niners players would have won it.
Just because your person didn't get picked. So you really gonna go for Josh. So let's pick, since Josh got 0%, let's omit him. And let's pick between Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, and Christian McCaffrey.
And Dak Prescott.
No, he didn't even make the list. I wonder if Dak Prescott would have got more votes than Josh Allen, though.
I'll give it to Lamar Jackson. I'll give it to
Really?
Lamar Jackson.
I don't want to agree. I don't see what Lamar did that was so spectacular this year.
They had a lot of wins, and if you look at that team against,
they had one more win than our team.
Yeah, but they had a way tougher schedule. If you look at them against teams with winning records, they dominated those games, bro. Like by double digits too. Anytime they played a team with a winning record, they smashed them. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Like the bigger the game, the more he stepped up until the playoffs. That is, but they were ready, man. Like, and he did it on his back. Like whether I got to run, whether I got to, whatever. Like he was on it.
I'm not. Whoa, Terrence. I'm not saying he averaged. That's not what I'm saying. You could say that. I'm not saying he averaged. I just don't think he did anything to woe me, because he's still Lamar Jackson. Like I'm when Lamar Jackson step out to the football field, Mike, what do you expect?
I expect the hardest person in the NFL to defend. That's what I expect.
I mean, what do you expect him to do when he steps out onto the football field?
Win.
Okay, no matter what. All right.
He's that good. He's that good. My man's got one loss to an NFC opponent in like 6-7 years. It's crazy what he does.
It is.
If Josh Allen had those numbers, people would be all on Josh nutsack. It's crazy. But that's another story for another time. I ain't going to turn it into that right now.
All right, Lamar Jackson it is. MVP. He's going to win an MVP. We predict Lamar Jackson to win MVP. He's the favorite to win it. But there's a rumor going on out there, Mike, saying that it ain't sold up yet, though, dog. So
right. So who you taking?
I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't. I thought you said you disagreed when I said that.
I did disagree, but you kind of gave me he ain't lose. And
so who was your pick going to be? I won't tell nobody.
Oh, it's Brock Purdy.
Have you ever called him BCB?
I'm never going to call him BCB, even though I just said it.
No. I meant saying the words. I didn't mean.
No, I got you, but I won't even say the acronym initials.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even put the damn emojis up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No disrespect to those that do it, man. To each their own, but that's not who I am. I'm not going to do that. Well, I know you got to jump off here, but listen, the reason why I went with Brock Purdy is because you're talking, and I don't care about the weapons. We say all this stuff about the weapons, and then there's times those weapons aren't even able to be utilized because defenses find a way to game plan toward them. And so sometimes Brock got to put the team on his back and do things. Now, we saw it happen more in the playoffs than we did in the regular season because the regular season was slated a little bit differently. It was you out. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we out of here, man. Thank you for tuning in, and no harm, no foul. We'll see you back tomorrow. Peace.